How to make more money with waste than the 9 highest paid athletes combined and multiply it by 10. Today I would like to talk about Bill Gates and especially how he has made billions of dollars within the last years just by investing into waste management stocks. He's currently worth $124 billion, where most of his fortune is invested into the stock market. This is the main reason why his wealth has exploded over the last 4 years from $86 billion in 2017 to $124 billion end of 2021. That's actually insane, because if you break it down, that's $9.5 billion per year or $38 billion within 4 years, which is absolutely crazy. So to set this into perspective, that's actually the 2021 earnings of the 9 highest paid athletes combined and multiplied by 10. So Bill Gates is really a big baller. So you might think, well, he's the founder and owner of Microsoft, the company that has exploded over the last years and is now the most valuable company in the world. This is how his net worth grew. Well, that is not the whole truth. He owns less than 1.5% of Microsoft, which is still more than $20 billion, but of course far away from the $124 billion that he has. But he is heavily invested in waste, with approximately the same amount of money as a stake in Microsoft, so $20 billion he's invested in waste management and Republic Services, 2 big companies from the United States. Both of these companies are in the industry of waste management and recycling. So the big question now is, why would he do that? First, waste management is a growing market. There are more and more people and the wealth and consumption is increasing. The result of that obviously is more waste, which is gold for waste management and Republic Services. There's also a very high potential in the recycling market. Second reason, the entry barriers are super high and these established companies have a strong competitive advantage. To join this industry, a company needs to own land for landfills, machineries, cars, the staff and a lot of know-how, as the regulations are quite complex. This of course requires a lot of capital and there's a high risk of failing. The consequence of that is that waste management and Republic Services often have local monopolies, which gives them the perfect position for negotiating contracts and agreements with, for example, companies, people, institutions, and of course the government. The contracts are lucrative and often even contain a pricing security, for example for the inflation. And there's one additional benefit of this industry. It is not highly affected by a financial crisis. So in simple words, even if the consumption is decreasing, we always produce waste and that needs to be managed, of course. So you might think, but it is still just trash, not a cool investment possibility that you would want to share with your friends. Fair enough, but if you look at the stock price, you might change your opinion. The price of waste management grew by more than 50% in the last year, and the stock price of Republic Services even grew by almost 60% in that time. So if we now look at the investment of approximately $20 billion from Bill Gates, he has made more than $10 billion with these companies within 1 year. So if you like him or not, he's not only a great tech nerd, but also great at investing, or at least his family office's CIO, Michael Larson, who is the manager of his wealth. But was that really a good investment for Bill Gates? Because theoretically he could be even richer. What you see here is a report that has been published by Microsoft, and Microsoft published that Bill Gates owned 45% of Microsoft when they went public in 1986. If we look at the current market cap of Microsoft and the exponential growth within the last years, you might get dizzy. Microsoft is currently valued at approximately $2.5 trillion. So if Bill kept his shares, he would theoretically be worth more than $1.1 trillion. He of course would be the richest person on earth and the world's first trillionaire. This is really insane, and the question that I have asked myself is, why is he even selling his Microsoft shares? Because the few billions that he has made with waste management look quite small next to that number of Microsoft. I tried to figure out some answers for this question and I have defined 3 possible reasons for that. Number 1, avoid risks. Obviously nobody could expect such a crazy growth of Microsoft, and if we look at the chart, the price has exploded, especially over the last 5 to 10 years. It almost looks like an exponential growth, so it seems quite likely that the price will decrease over the next years. Reason 2, Microsoft's competitive advantages are shrinking in some areas, or in other words, the competitors are getting stronger. For example, we have Google with the G Suite, which is competing against Office 365. We have Amazon Web Services against Azure for server and cloud computing. We have Salesforce for cloud-based CRM systems. We have SAP for ERP systems. And we have Apple for almost everything, but especially for operating systems. But these, of course, were not the main reasons why he is selling his shares. The main reason is philanthropy. He's using that money for his Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, which supports a lot of projects, especially in African countries. And this might also be a reason why Bill Gates is the king of waste. Maybe he also wants to push the waste management industry to be more environmental friendly, especially when it comes to recycling, where there is still a lot of potential, which will also have a positive impact on our environment. To sum it up, Bill Gates' investment in waste management and Republic Services is making him a lot of money, but keeping Microsoft shares would have been the better option from the financial point of view. So it is very likely that there are some philanthropic reasons for these investments, and there might also be some synergies with other projects. What do you think about this investment? Would you invest into waste management or Republic Services? Thanks a lot for watching. Leave a comment. Take care. Bye bye.